right, welcome everybody. I'm Karen Gresham and we are in Crafty Creations Wreath Shop tonight, where we're making beautiful wreaths and florals for all your home decor needs and teaching how to make wreaths and florals, as well as teaching the strategies for successful craft shows. So y'all come on in and say hello. Let me know you're here. I would love to know who's watching and where you're watching from. So come on in, and while you guys are coming in, I'm going to be setting everything up. Just getting set up so that we can have a good time and I can see all your comments and we can visit while I make a wreath. So y'all come right on in. We got lots of fun happening these days. Lots going on, and it's already Thursday, middle of March almost. Can't imagine why things are going so fast, how things are going so fast. But they are. Time is flying by. We're going to get this wreath done tonight. Tomorrow we're expecting storms, and so we're wanting to get everything. I'm not sure about how the internet's going to be tomorrow and Saturday, so we are just going ahead and getting everything set up. So come on in and say hello. Welcome to our live tonight. I am just getting this link copied for you guys here. Hey, Miss Debbie. We're just making a spring wreath. I have shopped my stash, and we are making a spring wreath. I found this really pretty mesh right here, and it is a hot pink and turquoise blue. And we're going to cut 18 strips of it. We're going to cut our strips at 12 inches. So while you guys are coming in, I'm just going to be busy cutting these strips. And we'll just catch up with each other on how the week's been. So, of course, it's been a busy week at work. How about for you guys? Y'all been busy in your shops, busy at your job? What's been happening? And thank you all for helping get the word out that we are live. If you wouldn't mind and you feel so led, if you could share the love, sprinkle, let's let folks know we're live. 21-inch mesh. Yes, I shopped the stash. Yes, and then I had, not too long ago, I purchased another wreath maker's inventory, and she had a lot of 21-inch mesh, and so I got to use it up. So for the 21-inch mesh, you're right, you don't see this a lot, and I'm going to be cutting my strips. I'm cutting 18 strips at 12 inches, and then we're going to do the curl and loop method and get these put on our wreath frame. Hey, Miss Connie, how are you? Welcome. Good to see you tonight. I hope everything's good in your neck of the woods. We are expecting some bad storms to start in about this time tomorrow night, I think, and last till Saturday. So I wanted to come down here and get some things made because we may be holed up in the house this weekend. So guys, spring is almost here. It is time. Everybody is going to be out there and excited to decorate their doors. Bring some brightness and color. We're tired of all of the dead grass and trees and leaves. Have you decorated for spring yet? I've got my spring decor sitting in the tubs, the plastic tubs up there in the house, but maybe that's what I'll do while it's storming. I'll just decorate. I've got a mantle in the kitchen to decorate, and I have an Easter village. Do you guys know, you know, like the Christmas village? Well, mine is just Easter, it's just Easter Bunny Village, and I don't know where I got started with it. It was years ago. The gift shop at the hospital had a tree, a green tree, and it had all these little bunnies all around the tree doing all kind of fun things. And that's where my Easter collection started. Ah, Easter and spring. Spring has sprung. Yes. Oh, yes. So, getting ready to get all of that put out. And the grands really like to come and see all the Easter. And so I'm always on the lookout when I go to the thrift stores to see if anybody, sometimes people will get rid of a collection. And I have found the cutest additions to my collection. Just different bunnies. I got a little mama bunny pushing her basket of baby bunnies. So just different things. I don't even know how many of these I've cut, y'all. That looks about right, though. We'll see. If it's not right, we'll add more to it. So yeah. Getting all that started and going. I had the hardest time picking out what to do tonight. Do y'all ever get a creative block? And I just was looking at everything. I said, oh, I'll do this. And then I was like, no, let me do something else. Or it's like, oh, I like that, but the flowers really don't match. Or, oh, I don't have the ribbon I want for that. You know, you have to be in a mood to design sometimes, don't you? And when you're not, it can be the hardest thing to get yourself situated back to thinking about it. We just had that conversation the other day. How do you get your motivation when your mojo is not around? So, and that's what kind of doing this tonight. Just going in and finding something. Now I'm using a wired wreath frame. It is a 24-inch wreath frame. And I'm starting on the outside ring and just putting in. Hey, Miss Janet, how are you? Just putting these in, dropping them in. We're going to drop one in every tie. Every tie. I picked out some pretty ribbons and florals to go in this. Because, you know, we got to have ribbons and florals. And I just, sometimes when you have so much in your stash, you can sometimes get paralyzed by just the different potential, just the different opportunities. Anybody relate to that? Give us your best tip for getting unstuck. What's your best tip? Your best motivator? So, look at how pretty that's going to be. I love purple and pink at spring, especially when you pair it with lime green. So we're just going to pop these in all around. And I just couldn't decide what I wanted to do tonight. I've got a couple of ideas in mind. I may make a couple of things after this. It may be a late night in the craft shop tonight. Oh, Miss Janet, I'm glad you're doing good. I've been really good. Been very busy. Keeping up, getting ready for the, getting all the things pulled together, the plans put together for the wreath workshop on the 29th here. We're going to check out the internet tomorrow, y'all. And if the internet will support a live video feed, we will have a virtual ticket. So I should know tomorrow if the virtual ticket's going to be a possibility. I just know some places have internet, but sometimes it's not strong enough to carry the signal for a live broadcast. So, but we're going to be making a beautiful bee wreath at our workshop. It's going to be a lot of fun. Got some special surprises for the attendees at the workshop. My aunt's here. She came down from Tennessee this weekend. So she is visiting with Mama, and they're just having the bestest time. My aunt is my mom's older sister. It's just the two of them. So when I talked to them earlier, they were getting ready to have some shrimp for dinner. They were excited. So That's my mama's favorite go-to these days is shrimp. She will eat some shrimp in the blink of an eye. And I was just thinking on my way to work today how blessed we are. Everything that we got going on. It's just been a good day. So thank y'all for joining me tonight. I do appreciate it. If you haven't said hello, we'd love for you to say hello. If you're a first-time watcher, again, let us know that. We'd love to welcome you to the channel. Hey, Miss Barbara. I'm so glad you caught me live. Yes, I'm glad you did. So we're going around this frame, putting our pink and purple. Well, it's not really pink. It's a pinky purple and a blue. So it's so pink it almost looks purple. It looks purple on the screen to y'all, but it's a hot pink color. And this is a 21-inch deco mesh. They don't make a lot of this 21-inch anymore. It's almost extinct. Hey, Miss Lisa, welcome. I am good. How are you? So glad you could join us tonight. We are making a fun spring wreath tonight using a 21-inch deco mesh. We've cut these strips at 12 inches and we're just going all the way around and putting them in. And then once we get them in, we will make our bow. We'll put our sign on here, make our bow, and move along with that. It's a little warm down here in the shop. I may have to turn on the fan. But I came down here and I lit a candle so it smells real good in here. That's one of the ways to get motivated. Is you got to feel it. It needs to smell good. And you need to have pretty things all around. And then you can start getting ideas. Y'all, I got some coupons in the mail from Michael's. I don't need to go to Michael's, but I want to go just because they sent me a coupon. Isn't that silly? Interested in a virtual ticket? All right, Miss Connie. Thank you. Hey, Miss Susan. Oh, thank you. Yep. So, I will let y'all know. So, I will know by the end of tomorrow about that. Because we would love to have you join us. I know Miss Susan's waiting to find out too. There's several of y'all waiting to find out. And we're hoping we can get into the venue and get everything decorated, set up, and situated on Friday night. Otherwise, we got to get up early Saturday and do it. But get everything decorated and put out. So Amy and I are having lunch tomorrow, and we're going to be finalizing some plans. That's right, Miss Debbie. You must use the coupon, but I really don't need anything. So I thought about, is there anything? I might go up there, and if the coupon's good on grapevines, I might go and see if they have any grapevines. But our Michaels has been very, very slack on their grapevine game. They have not been keeping up. So, I'm really going to need them to step that up and get back with it. Get with the program. The last ones I got, or they had, were very questionable. So, we're almost done putting these all the way around. Putting one in every tie. Stacking them on top of each other. And this method, y'all, this just fills out a wreath frame so nicely. Here we go. One more after this one. And I did cut just enough. So it took 18 cuts of this 21 inch. That's right. You try to get things that don't go on sale. That's what I need to do as well. What I think I might do, I need to check out their t-shirts. I need some more logoed shirts for my craft shows. I like for anybody that helps me at the craft show to have a t-shirt with my logo on it. So I just keep a stash of various sizes. And I think I could get that. All right. There we have our wreath base filled out. Nice, full, and fluffy. And it right now is measuring at 26 inches. So this is going to be a good size little wreath here. So we're going to put this right over here. And let me show you. I've got my little froggy. I had picked out my froggy to go on here. And then I have my lime green ribbon and a plaid. And then I've got a hot pink and a purple and a teal blue. Doesn't have much on that roll, so we'll dive into that roll. But I think that's going to be really pretty. Nice and colorful. This one is going to be a bold statement wreath. So, let me get my snipper. Miss Susan, I cut the 21 inch. I cut it at 12 inches. 12 inches. And now I'm just poking some holes in this little metal sign. I prefer to wire my signs in versus the cable tie mounts. I just don't trust those things. So you'll see me wire mine in. So we'll put a floral wire on here. This is just a straight wire. You could use paddle wire. You can get floral straight wire. You could use a pipe cleaner. But I like that the floral wire is nice and thin, and it'll go right down through this mesh, and I can put this sign right where I want it. All right. So this is going to go right down through this mesh, and I'm going to start by placing it right here at this tie. And I want it to be kind of to the side. So I'm going to start with placing it at the top where I want it. Fill the wreath without making it really fluffy. It does. It does. And it's a great way to use up that 21 inch mesh that you might still have hanging around. If you're like me and have a rack full of mesh. Are any of you guys going to Wreath Makers Live? Have you heard of Wreath Makers Live? So I will be going, hey, Miss Nancy, Tennessee's in the house. Wonderful. So I'll be going to Wreath Makers Live. I'll actually be speaking at Wreath Makers Live on stage. I'm so honored and so excited, but I need y'all's help. I need y'all's help figuring out, what did they wear to prom in the 1950s? What kind of dresses did the ladies wear in the 1950s to prom? That is the question I need an answer to. Now, I know, like, if they went to the sock hop, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about going to the prom. I'm not talking poodle skirt and saddle Oxfords. When I think about the 50s, I think about Happy Days. I don't know why. And then I've also got to come up with an evening gown, I don't know, or something of my favorite decade. I gotta figure out, what is my favorite decade? I don't know. All right, so we got our sign attached. So I'm gonna put it right up here. So now we can start thinking about our ribbons. And while I'm thinking, I'm gonna turn on my fan. There we go. And get my bow maker. Okay. There we go. Let's make a bow. I'm going to start with my boldest color as my foundation. And we're going to dovetail these. I'm going to go 12 inches. Well, let me think how I want to do this. Yeah, I'm going to do 12 inches on this one. But the other one's going to be long. What have you guys got planned for the weekend? Anything fun? Other than staying away from storms? I don't. Other than decorating and staying away from storms. Okay, this one, I'll cut it a little bit shorter. All right, there we got that. Then we're going to come in with our purple. Purple is a Sam's Club, but it's from a couple years ago. Couple years ago, but I love it. Have y'all checked out Sam's Club ribbon this year? How's it looking? I haven't seen it yet. I have not seen it. I would love to know how it's looking. Did they bring back our favorites? Did they bring in anything new that I just got to have? Now this one's got a little bit of a white ticking on it, and it's really kind of a satiny feeling to it. Feels weird. Looks pretty. Feels weird. There we go. Nothing great in your opinion? Yeah, it seems like it's the same stuff every year, doesn't it? I mean, some of the stuff we depend on them having every year, but sometimes it'd be nice to get something new. And I'm not a fan of that really sheer ribbon that they have. It's just too sheer in my opinion. This is turning out pretty. Now I'm going to make some other bows to go around it because I really want to fill this in. So let's go ahead and pull this one off and get it on there. We'll put a pipe cleaner on the back so we can put it on. We're just going to go right in right here, and this is where it's going to go. Perfect. I'm liking that. Okay. Now let's see. I want to do... Let me see what I want to do. I think I want to do this and this. Yes. So where my mind is going, y'all, I want to put a streamer kind of going across the top. So I am just going to put my ribbons together right here so I can create the look that I want. Come right up out of that. I'm going to go right in right here. I'm going to give that a cut. And then let's cut these ends. I'll put it right up here. To right here. And give it a cut. And then I'm going to put these to the side. And I'm going to come in with my green, purple, and my pink. this one, put it right here. Right here. And then I'm going to give it a cut. And we'll cut that. Now we're going to do the other side. Y'all will get it in a minute. Just trust the process. I know it's looking a hot mess right at the moment, but it's going to look pretty when we get done. Amazon has a lot of 50 styles dresses, prom dresses. I'll look there. Okay, Miss Susan, I'll check it out. Because I got to find me a pretty prom dress. You know, I've never been to a prom. And so our Wreath Makers Live prom is going to be so special. Because the school that I went to, where I graduated from, didn't have a prom. Isn't that something? Did you guys go to prom? What year did you go to prom? I'd love to know. I'd love to know. I think it's so cool to find out about everybody's experiences with that. So I would have went to prom in the 80s. 83. I would have went to prom in 83. And then this weekend is the prom for several of our local high schools, and they've moved the proms because of the bad weather. And now all these people that have rented these photographers and DJs and limos, they're all struggling to find alternatives. It's sad. Well, it's not too bad. So Miss Susan, you went 78 and 79. Oh, I bet it was fun, wasn't it? So I went to a private Christian school, and dancing was not a thing at that school, and therefore we didn't have prom. Miss Janet, 73 and 74. All right, so what did y'all wear to prom? Tell us about it. How was prom night? Did you get to stay out late? Now my daughter went to prom. She went to a couple proms. So I got to live through her. I got to live my prom through her. So, we did have a banquet dinner that we went to, and y'all, the dress I wore to that, I thought I was had the most beautifulest dress in the world. And my hair was feathered back like the Farrah Fawcett feathered hair. You remember that? And my dress was yellow with, I look at it now, it looked like a curtain. It was yellow. It had beautiful flowers all over it, but to look at it now, it looked like an old-fashioned curtain. So, there's that. But it was for the banquet. The things we remember, huh? Stayed out all night. Bowling alley. Oh, I bet that was fun. We have a bowling alley here in town, and that used to be the place where they would all wind up at. Yep. Hello, Miss Tanya. How are you? 2, 3, 4. I'm going to cut 4 of each, and then we're going to put some more ribbon tails around it. Had to be in by midnight. Long white gown with blue flowers. Oh, that sounds so pretty. These gowns these days, you really got to look. Those girls look so growny and so exposed. I'm like, woo. One, 3, and 4. All right, we're going to cut 4 strips of all of our ribbons, and then we're going to go in and fill in around our frame. Two, 3, and 4. Did anybody have a hard time adjusting for the daylight savings? I did. I got up Monday morning and I was so tired. I do like it being dark, being daylight longer. I get to come home and it's not dark outside when I come home from work. That's very nice. But it's still dark when I get up in the mornings now, and it's very hard for me to get up. I am not a morning person traditionally. I don't really get up and really get going good. Now, I get up and go and do what I need to do, but my brain really doesn't spark into top gear until about 10, 11. And I'm a night owl. I mean, I do my most creativity at night. Anybody else night owls? I guess you are. You're all sitting here with me tonight. Anybody an early morning person? My family knows. Don't ask Mama on the weekends. Don't get Mama going too early. Okay. 2, 3, and 4. this pink right here. It's kind of floppy. Floppy ribbon does not make me happy. This may go in the remnant pile to be sold. It might do great for hair bows, but it's not my favorite. I don't recommend it. If y'all see it out and about, I wouldn't recommend it. Okay. Let's put these out of the way. I'll have to turn the air on. It's just getting warm in the shop. Let's push these out of the way. Let's get our ribbons. And so we put purple. We'll line them up. Purple, pink, and green together. And then we'll put our blue and purple together. Purple, pink, and green. Here we go. So we are just going to drop these in. I just fold them. I cut them at 14 inches, y'all. And I just fold them up, and then we start just filling them in. And then we spread them out. Purple, pink, and green. And I'm just going to skip around. All right, got 2 more of these. See where I want to put them. I want this one to go right here. That's there. Yep. And then this last one. Ow, that's my knee. Right here. Okay, now we're going to do our blue and our purples. And another blue and purple. And a blue and purple. Now these ribbons really bring it out, don't they? I'm loving these colors. I have got to put that, I got my Lazy Susan right down there where my feet are, my legs are touching. I think I'm going to do, I want to do one more blue and purple. One more. And I'm going to cut it at 14 inches. And where's my blue? Down here on the bottom. Oh, I will take a picture. For sure. There will be lots of pictures. Ah, Miss Brenda is a night owl. Hey, Miss Brenda. So Walter has decided he is not a night owl. So he goes up to bed with his dad when I come down here now. Instead of coming and being my shop puppy, he's up there snoozing. I think I want one more purple and blue. So we wound up doing 6 of the purple and blue and 4 of all the other colors. That's okay. We're going to do what looks good. For our wreath. Now we're going to add our flowers. So let me show you what we got for flowers for this one. Let me pop over right quick though. Hey guys over on the YouTube, Tanya and Jennifer, hello. Not Michael tricks you. Empire style with long gloves. Oh wow. Prom was in 68. 7 years. Wow, Jennifer, that's amazing. All right, y'all, for this one, I picked out these pretty green ones here because they're really going to go. And look at the tulips. And then I think we're going to go with the eucalyptus. So let's get these cut to size and see how many we want. I love these little miniature tulips. They're so pretty. And I think I'm going to put them in little clusters. I think we're going to cluster them. If I can get the steel pick on them, I may have to pick them separately, but still put them in a cluster. And I'm going to have to because they're just too thick. They're just too thick. But I do love using my steel pick machine. And we'll just put, we're going to put them right in there. And I'll zoom in for y'all so y'all can see. Hold on just a second. Y'all don't let me forget about zooming, because I do forget that zoom feature. Oh, glue strings. All right, let me zoom in. There we go. I think that'll get you. And then I'm going to cut these off the stems as well. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's going to give me 4, 5 clusters. That'd be perfect. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and pick these. While I'm picking these, are y'all using flowers in your designs? If you are not, it is a great way to add a lot of fun and texture. And you can be following along here on my page and learn all about how to do it. If you want to get notifications when I go live, the number is there pinned in the comments. We'd love to have you join us. All right. Let's get these put in. I'm gonna put this one coming right up here. This one is a little shorter. I'm gonna use it right there too. I'm gonna put some greenery so I'm not too concerned about the space in between them, because I'm gonna fill it with some greenery. I just like to have, like, the tulips are just coming out all around the design. Yep, I like it. And now we're going to put our little green stems in there. Where did these even come from? I don't even know. No idea where I got these from. They're pretty. Look at them. I think these might have come from Greenery Market last year. Pretty sure they did. Pretty sure these came from Greenery Market last year. These are so vibrant. And they kind of, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Other than pretty. And that one's too big to put right there. I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to go ahead and use all these up. They're all I got left, so I might as well use them up, mightn't I? I think I should. It is working better. I got some new picks. It is not fighting with me like it was. I'm just telling you, some picks work much better than others. And we're gonna be excited for while it's working and take advantage of it, aren't we? Because we know it's not gonna last. Probably isn't going to last. All right, we got our little hydrangeas in there. Now we're going to go in with our greenery. And this greenery is just some eucalyptus. It's a vibrant green. And we are going to actually double it up because it's a long stem, but I want it more compact. Oh, we spoke too soon. Just don't talk too loudly or the pick machine might not appreciate us. There we go. And y'all, I guess my style is garden style on my wreaths. Wouldn't y'all agree? I tend to make a lot of garden style. Alright, so we're just putting this greenery everywhere we can. Now that one's too tall right there. You see that? So snip her down. And we will put this one right in here. Kind of fill that in right there. I'm going to put this one right underneath, right in here. Fill that in. This one is going to fill in right there. Perfect. And these greeneries fill it in, but they don't cost a lot. That's why I love using them. So you can get a nice full effect without breaking the bank. And when you can find a stem that has fullness all the way up like this, you can get several out of it. It makes it for a better value. Much better value. Hey, Miss Shirley, you're out and about late tonight. I'd say the same for myself, though, couldn't I? So we are just filling in with our greenery, making this super pretty. Nice and full. My little welcome is kind of covered up, so I'm going to move my ribbons and move my florals just a smidge. There we go. Get this cut, get a stem put on it. Got this one piece left. I do think I see exactly where I want it to go. Okay. I think it's done. I'm calling it done. I'm liking it. Let's first get all this out of the way and let's see what we've done here today. I did not use these. We'll save them for another project. Sweep all this in the trash so we can measure this and see. All right, so this is going to be right at 27 tip to tip, 28 inches wide. Isn't that pretty? So let me put this on the back here. Let me fix the back. Thank you, Nancy. Miss Shirley doing good. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. All right, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed hanging out with me tonight. I certainly do appreciate you guys hanging in there while we created this really pretty spring frog welcome wreath. And would love to have you visit back with me again. Y'all watch your notifications for when we go live next. And we will see you soon. Good night, everybody.